Thank you, Rob. Looking forward. I think we have the Israeli US-26 team and US-21. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we can talk about the event. We'll have 9 rounds, 2 boards per round. For the scoring methods, we are using Patton. Patton is basically a mix of imps and BAM. So it's like 50% imps converted into victory points and 50% BAM score for each board, then aggregated. Yep. What else can we say about the format? I see. I wonder if they start at the round hour, or they will wait another 11 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. You can actually see, if you look at the teams, you can see the ones with the yellow triangle are ones that are not ready yet. Like I guess that people are frantically trying to find the missing players now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, yes. Let's see. I'll check with the organizer if he what his plans are. Yes. Okay. I think it comes with with modern applications. It's a no-brainer. I mean, it just happens. I can't believe that it's not like that anywhere. But okay. Okay. Well, yes. Okay. Yeah. I was actually, borrowing from chess.com, or maybe we need to start tournaments with, I don't know, 30 seconds move time. I'm not sure how it will work in bridge, if it will be a good thing, but definitely it will be more action for spectators.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope so.
Let me look from my side. I'm also one of the tournament directors on my side, and it looks like the tournament has just started. So you can
That's
look at.
great. Then let's
Yeah.
go into, whoops. Let's
Go to the management console. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, let's jump into one of the tables. I think we'll.
Let's see. You see the ones that are red are the ones that are stuck on something, and the ones that are moving are yes.
Yeah,
The
so
ones.
let's hop into table 2 over here and see how this match
It's
is
one
getting
major,
underway.
either 6 hearts or 6 spades.
It is one of the majors.
Thank
Hearts
you.
or spades. Is it strong no trump?
Yep, strong no trump 15-17.
Thanks.
And this is really nice as well, showing off a little bit of the capabilities of the programming team here, that we now have these integrated webcams. Players can talk and chat about things, and hopefully we won't need to mute anyone. But
Do you know, I think it's self-alerting.
And 2 spades is
Or
good.
does your screen partner say it?
Yeah,
there
it's
you go.
pass or correct. So usually
Yeah, I
it's fitting
alerted.
hearts.
It didn't post it.
If I have hearts, I would be 3 hearts.
So the two
Robbie,
diamonds
imagine.
is a 6-card major.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Usually 6, could rarely be 5, but usually 6.
Rob, imagine that there is a virtual screen between north and east are on one side and south and west are on the other side. So they cannot see each other or hear each other. Okay? The only thing that does pass through the screen are the alerts. So,
This is our first time really using this site. Second to first time.
So
looks like the players are having fun chatting with each other, but they were discussing the auction, in fact.
okay.
And
so they bid 3 diamonds. Okay. Can you explain the auction, Rob?
Yeah, of course. So the auction, South opened a strong no trump with the 6-card diamond suit, which is relatively common at high levels of play. West overcalled 2 diamonds, showing a single suited major. West had spades. It's kind of like a multi 2 diamond opening bid. And East bid 2 spades, pass or correct, asking their partner to pass with spades or to bid 3 hearts if they actually had hearts, because East had a big heart fit. South came in with 3 diamonds, having opened the strong no trump. She's showing a 6-card diamond suit here to compete all the way to the 3 level on her own. And that's where they've settled. And this contract looks like, well, Declara doesn't have any more club losers. If East pushes a heart through, then the defense is going to take a couple of hearts as well as a spade trick. But Declara will be able to get back in and pull the last trump. So it looks like she's going to end up making her contract.
Okay. Yeah. So that I would say West should play small card, right? So
Yeah, West really
So
wants
that-
their partner on lead to push a heart through.
to lead. Yeah.
Yeah. And if West doesn't, if West makes the mistake of overtaking the Jack of Spades to, say, play the 10 of Spades back, just forcing Declare will be able to run all 4 rounds of clubs pitching a heart loser. So it would cost a trick in this case if West doesn't duck this.
Yes, I see. Just a second.
And it's important to note that a lot of these players have strong defensive signaling agreements in this spot. West is known to have a 6-card spade suit based on the auction already. We saw from that 2-diamond bid, it's like a multi 2-diamond opening promising a weak 2 in a major or thereabouts. So a count signal would not be helpful for East at this point. Therefore, the signal that West would give is suit preference on this trick. So if West had, say, Ace Jack 10 of clubs, then West would play the 4 of spades on this trick, asking for a club switch. But because West has Ace Jack 10 of hearts, West will play the 10 of spades, asking for a heart switch, or at least West probably will play the 10 of spades for that reason.
Yes. Okay, nice.
So exactly as predicted, the 10 of spades, good play from West, and then the heart switch came through pretty quick from East side. So good defense for, I think this is the Israeli junior team. But Declare does get to pull the last trump, and now she has all the clubs. So 3 diamonds making 3. Looks like a good start for North-South. Should we head over to a different table?
I need a few minutes. I need a few minutes, Rob. You can continue. I'll be back with you. Okay, I'll mute myself.
Sounds good. All right. Let's check in on a different room to see what's going on. Maybe we'll pull up this table. Oh, there is a closed room, in fact. So I do wonder if it's keeping track of the open and closed rooms. It looks like it is. But let's check in at this table. It looks like they're just getting underway with their first board, which could be a little dangerous for them time constraints wise. We see the clock ticking down in the top right of the screen. So a relatively similar auction to what we saw in the other room. Strong no trump by South. Just a great bid with the 15 count. If you open a diamond and your partner bids a major, you don't really know what to do. 2 hearts by West showing spades. So a little bit of a different treatment. We see some alternative uses for the overcalls over the no trump. And East just bids 2 spades. Here, though, South elects not to compete to 3 diamonds, which is a little bit dangerous at this Patton form of scoring, especially when no one's vulnerable and you have a 6-card suit. So 2 spades is where the contract's going to lie, and with that Jack of spades as an entry to the dummy, and the Ace of Diamonds is an entry to the dummy. It looks like, or not dummy, Declare's hand, but the hand with the short trumps, Declare is going to be able to take a heart finesse. So 2 spades should make, and very likely is going to make with an over trick, assuming Declare is careful about pulling trumps and picking up the heart suit. So this looks like a nice result for East-West. Being aggressive at the match point form of scoring, at least board a match wise, does pay off dividends. So Declare wins the ace of diamonds at trick 1, leads the heart queen, and South makes an interesting choice of not covering the heart queen. He can see that with the ace jack 10 and dummy, it wouldn't really help him to do so. But now Declare is going to have to decide if they play another heart, they risk a heart ruff. And if they don't play another heart, they might lose out on the heart finesse later.
Click again. Click again on the pass. Okay. Cool. No problem. Okay. Okay. Folks, can I help with anything? I was replaced with a bot. Okay. So he will, if he's online, he will be replaced by the second round. So on the next round, he will just make sure he's online, and then he will join on the next round. I see that you played the first two boards, right? Yes. No, you played one. Did you play 2 boards, Gabriele?
Well, Declare does decide to eventually play another heart, taking the second heart finesse. So now North is going to have an opportunity to give partner a heart ruff once they get in with the spade ace. But North is going to have to take that opportunity immediately by hopping up with the ace of spades on this trick and leading a third heart. North doesn't, and now Declare actually does just get to pull trumps. So no heart ruff coming. The defense is going to eventually take their 3 club tricks with the ace, king, and queen, but that will be all of the tricks they end up getting. So once again, great result for East-West, just going plus on this board. If North-South had been able to hold them to with a heart ruff, then maybe they could have escaped with a few match points. Not going to be a ton of imps swung on this one, but still a little bit disappointing to not compete to the 3 level with the North-South cards. Let's check in on another table. Let's head over to this table. We're tuning into the last couple of cards being played in a 1 no trump contract. 1 no trump, all pass. So West on lead and thinking in this end position. Could cross to the 7 of spades and try and lead a diamond up towards the queen 10. Or maybe West is actually going to try and throw North in by cashing the ace of clubs first. It looks like that's exactly what's happening. The ace of clubs gets cashed. Now a spade comes over. North pitches a diamond, as does South. But Declare ultimately does lead a diamond up towards the queen, and will score an extra trick that way. So 1 no trump making 3 kind of looks like an excellent result. Let's continue roaming around the tables as the players get settled. It does look like a couple of the tables are a little bit behind in terms of the play. Checking in on one of the first boards once again. We do have the BridgeChamp team here. Looks like we've got a very similar defense, that 10 of spades that we saw earlier, suit preference from West, getting that heart led through. Good defense by East-West, but once again, North-South having competed to 3 diamonds. End up possibly taking the point for their side.
Robin, I'm back. You hear me?
Yeah, welcome back. Thank you for rejoining.
Yeah. So, I helped try to help people start. Okay, this is a BridgeChamp. This is the Mano Di Franco. Where are we? We are still in round 1. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in round 1. It looks like a little bit of extra time was added because players were a bit slow getting started.
Yes. Some players that never played before okay, continue, Rob. They keep me busy with all kind of chores.
Yeah, no worries. I got this covered. So DeFranco opens a no trump in 3rd seat, and North gets off to a diamond lead from their 5-card diamond suit. So they're able to set up quite a few diamonds. DeFranco now going about working on the spade suit. Spade to the queen and 10. A little bit worried about a possible 4-1 spade break. Looks like he's thinking about crossing back in hearts to lead another spade towards the dummy. With the spades coming in for 4 tricks, King Doubleton on side, Declare is going to be just fine in this contract. But the question's going to be, can he take more than just his 4 spades, 2 hearts, a diamond, and a club? We saw at one of the other tables that we briefly tuned into, Declare ended up making 9 tricks and a no trump on this board. So that's going to be the important benchmark here. Is can DeFranco manage to find a 9th trick? And it looks like not with the way North is defending.
Rob, which team is playing north-south here? You can click on the info here.
Yeah, so this is Argentina's
it's Argentina. Okay,
under
nice.
31 team.
Okay.
So DeFranco does eventually set up his 4th heart, but he's not going to be able to cash it in time. Plus 120, nice result going plus, but we did see one of the other tables earlier making 150 on this board. so might end up losing in the border match scoring there.
Okay, so round one is someone is still playing round one.
There's 2 minutes left on the clock. Looks like there's 12 tables that have finished out of the 14.
Yeah.
This table appears to still be in play.
Two spades. Okay.
Yeah, so this table, West with the 14 count, did not open a no trump in third seat. They opened a club, and then upon finding the spade fit, they got to 2 spades, which is generally going to be a better
better contract than one of trump.
Yeah, usually it is if you can find an 8-card major suit fit.
Okay. And so, and which teams are playing here? In the next release we will have the team logos at the top, so you don't have to go with there.
Nice. Yeah, I look forward to that. But this is new amateurs against the magicians. I think magicians participated last time in this event when it was hosted last month, but the new amateurs are, well, they're new to the
platform.
Yeah, to the Patton tournament.
Not only they are amateurs, they are also new.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. But I assume they are very veteran players, actually. So
definitely. Yeah, I was mentioning earlier that the new amateurs is a team that I played on a couple of times in the OCBL league that they host. So quite a strong team with players from the United States.
Okay.
But as this board wraps up, it looks like North-South are going to be able to cash one more diamond trick, but then with the hearts coming home, Declare will just be able to cross-ruff their way to that doesn't look like the right number of tricks.
If claim 2 tricks, okay.
Well,
they were the last guys. Maybe the declare. No, maybe the declare is a director claimed this, so we can move to the next.
Yeah, that could be as well. Because they were
now.
Very far behind. Let's check in on our BridgeChamp friends. So we have Agustin Madala and Pablo Rave. North-South here for the BridgeChamp team, and they're going up against Team Green, sitting East-West.
Okay.
Madala
Madala opened 1 club with 12 HCP. Okay, nothing too exotic.
Yeah, and the 1 club gets alerted. I don't know if anyone has actually put in a convention card. It looks like they have not. But it's probably just because they play transfers over a club. So that's what we're seeing here. North bids a diamond, showing 4 or more hearts.
So diamond is a transfer to heart.
Yep.
Okay. And with 4-3 match, he should go to 1 heart now?
So there's a lot of different ways that this sort of bidding theory has been crafted. Some players would play that 1 heart by South would show just any weak no trump, regardless of how many hearts he has. Madala actually passes with this hand because he's now no longer required to bid. His opponents took him off the hook by doubling. And I think he's very happy to be out of the auction. He has a bare minimum 12. And he doesn't have a 4th heart to support his partner's suit. So he just wants to be done with this hand as quickly as possible.
Makes sense. Yep.
Now, so a lot of bids flying in. So East double shows diamonds, which he kind of has. But
So it shows that it's a real diamond, even though it transferred to heart on the first bid.
right, yeah. So
the diamonds are real. Okay.
yeah, so East bids diamonds with his double. 2 clubs by West was intended as a natural suit. Because that's what West has.
It looks like this hand is going to be a lot of trouble for the declare. Whoever takes it.
It really does. And yeah, so 2 clubs by West. North doubled to just show extra values, which makes a lot of sense. North has an 11 count ops and an opening bid. Figures that it's probably his side's hand. And now 2 hearts by East. This is starting to get East-West in a little bit of trouble because the South knows this contract is not making, but he's absolutely happy to have them play 2 hearts undoubled when they're vulnerable. So he just kind of wants the auction to end here if possible.
Probably will go to 3 clubs on West with the 7 clubs.
Yeah, so West will bid 3 clubs. But now it should not be that difficult for North-South to find a double.
Okay.
Now, who should be the one going after this? I mean, I guess it's possible that neither North or South will double this contract. I mean, South does hold 4 clubs, but he doesn't have a lot of aces. So despite his partner showing extra values, it's a little bit dangerous to double the opponents into game in a spot like this. It'll still be a nice result for North-South, regardless. Just being able to take plus 100 or plus 200 on defense on boards like this is always friendly.
Can you show the double dummy? Let's see what it says.
Yeah. So double dummy for the hand. You can click on this little
button.
-2.
Okay.
Yeah, it says that it's going to be going down 2 tricks if North-South get all of their tricks, and I don't see why they wouldn't, especially after the spade lead sets up 2 spades for them. They'll eventually get a spade or 2 spades, a heart, a diamond, and 2 clubs.
Okay.
And Declare has no way to take the club finesse through South with a club void and dummy. So it'll be plus 200, plus 500 would have been much more welcome for North-South, but I think they're going to be happy that they just got taken off the hook. Yeah, 4th round of spades gets played through just in case North could promote a club trick somehow, but with North over-roughing with the ace of clubs, this is just going to be down 2 from here. So let's actually check in on another table as this hand wraps up. Let's head to... I don't know where to go. Let's pull up this room because they're in the midst of bidding, and ooh, it looks like North-South have found a penalty.
Yes.
Although South in the tank over this double of 3 clubs. So the auction started the same way in this room. The club passed a diamond, showing hearts. And then the double by East showing diamonds. South here did decide to bid a spade. I really like Medala's decision at the other table a lot better, to just pass over the double to say, my hand is terrible, please let's get out of this auction. But West comes in 3 clubs, unfavorable. very dangerous bid, but that's such a tempting 7-card club suit, and West might be getting a little bit punished for it.
Okay. So South. Sorry, I was a bit doing a few things at the same time, but yeah, what is South thinking about?
I couldn't tell you.
It's like it's a takeout. It's a takeout double, or
yeah,
something?
I think South is just trying to parse the auction together a little bit. I mean, 3 clubs is of course supposed to show a pretty good hand, which is West. West doesn't have a good hand, but West does have a good club suit.
Yes.
So maybe South is worried that if West actually has one of these missing aces that their partner has, that 3 clubs could be making, and you don't want to double the opponents into a game contract. But okay, it looks like they have things.
Or maybe there is some technical issue, so they call the director. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be what's going on. That was why the delay. So let's actually head out here and check in on a different room that is under play or underway in the play.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another board. The second board of the round looks like South opened 2 no trump, North transferred to spades, and South decided to super accept with, I mean, South has a 22 count at this one table. I don't know exactly what North-South's range
What
is.
is a 3 heart? What is a 3 heart bid by North?
3 hearts is a transfer to spades.
It's transfer to spade.
Yeah.
4 spade. And now 5 club, 5 diamonds. That's asking for aces, or
It's a Q bid. So 5 clubs Q bid showing the ace of clubs.
The ace
5
of
diamonds
clubs.
Q bid showing the ace of diamonds. North signs off in 5 spades, having made their 1 slam try with a 9 count, but South, of course, with all of these extra values, does decide to push on to the slam. And
Okay. So,
this is going to be unsuccessful. The king of spades is offside, but it's
because of the king spade.
yeah, it's a
They will lose
50-50
this.
slam, which
Yeah.
is not too bad.
Yeah, but this one will not work.
No. So it looks like a good result for East-West. They probably won't get there in the other room, because if North-South do end up finding a spade fit earlier
Yes.
and bidding key card, they'll find out they're off 2 key cards, and then they'll stay out of the slam.
Why didn't they go to 4 no trump for Blackwood? Wouldn't that be preferable?
Yeah, so that would have made a little bit more sense, but North, I think, understandably, on an auction like this, didn't want to be the one to take control, because normally you want the strong hand to be the one to take control and bid key card. And so the 5 club bid basically says that this is the only thing I've got in my hand. I have the ace of clubs. Does that help? And South said, well, I have the ace of diamonds, and North said, okay, I don't have any extra help, and then South still decided to go on themselves
Go
to 6
so
spades.
it's like
So
a 50-50.
yeah, it's
So
why did
basically, he had enough information. He just decided to go for the
yeah,
go for it.
and it's not a terrible spot. You get to a slam that's a 50-50 finesse. You're not too upset, although you are upset today when the finesse is offside. But let's check in on some of the other rooms, see if they can do a little bit better in the auction on this board.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hughes started 2 clubs.
Yeah,
instead of
the
2.
22 count, I mean, it could just be a difference in range for the no trump opening bid in the other room, but 2 clubs is a little bit more natural with 22 high card points. 2 diamonds waiting, 2 no trump showing 22 to 23. 3 hearts transfer to spades.
And now let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, South now has a decision to make. Some players will have a little bit more sophistication in their transfer methods, so it's possible that South could bid something like 3 no trump here to show a maximum with extra spade support. Or South might even be able to cube it on their own, like cube it, say, 4 clubs on the way to a spade fit. And then you can cube it at the 4 level and bid for no trump key card.
Okay. I hope they will have time. There is only 1 minute and a bit.
Yeah, there's not much to the play, luckily. But
yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
they
the
can...
play is relatively simple. Oh, 4 clubs. Wow. 4, 5 spade and cube it. Okay. When he's saying cube it, it means he has the ace of... No, what does it mean?
So cube it is generally just first or second round control in the suit. So ace or king, singleton or void is... But with the no trump bid, it's going to be the ace or king.
Okay, and yeah. Then retransfer. Okay.
Yeah, you really want to make sure that the strong hand is declaring these contracts.
Okay.
So
now for spade. Now let's see if they go to explore the slam.
It's tough because North has 9, and opposite the 22 to 23 range, it's going to be 31 or 32 high card points, which is like barely in the slam territory. But North does decide to just let it go at the 4 level, which they're going to be pretty happy with this time.
Yes.
Yeah, so nothing to the play on this contract. Declare will just eventually cross to the club ace and take a spade finesse and make 11 tricks. We're winding down the round. I'm just going to check in to see if some of the other tables are still playing. Oh boy. 1 table is still on the first board.
Ah, wow. Okay. Okay, we have a score adjustment for these cases.
Yeah, we might have to start using that.
Okay, so yeah, 3 clubs.
I am curious. I do want to look at the results of this, wherever it was, the first board. How do I get to...
Yeah, that's the tournament results until now.
Okay, yeah. So actually, this is probably a good time to take a minute out since players are wrapping up the round. Israel, under 26, the junior team, is currently in first. Merrill is in second. New amateurs are sitting in third. Tofu, BridgeChamp, Driver Bridge, and so on down the list. But plenty of boards to play. What I really wanted to see was how many pairs got doubled in 3 clubs.
So there is a better way, Rob, to scroll this dialogue, and from the right, you see the 4th. Yes, this one is a new one we added. So just click on the left on board number 4. Yep. Click. You are there. Okay, so now you can see how many played.
Board 3 is the one that I wanted to look at. So there are... So 1 pair got doubled in 3 spades east-west, which looks like a huge win for north-south. 1 pair got doubled in 3 clubs, but there's quite a few 3 clubs undoubled down to. And then a couple of unsuccessful no trump contracts north-south. So...
And board number 4, just curious.
Board number 4, yeah, that's a good question. How many pairs ended up getting to the slam and going down? It looks like 3 tables so far got to the slam and went down, but most of the tables stopped in 5 spades.
Stopped at 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Or 4 plus 1.
Yeah. Well, 20 seconds for this table to bid this board. 2 no trump, opening bid in 4th seat once again. Possibly just a different opening no trump range, and then transfer to spades. I guess we'll stick around here until the round gets called, since most of the tables have finished play.
You know, we have an option to limit the time per move. So if you don't play, like, I don't know, you don't make a move within a minute, then it started like blinking, telling you to. And if you don't act then you're replaced with a bot. That's it's an option. I think BBO has something like that as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I actually don't know if other sites have something like that, but yeah, maybe you need to you need to get the local police force in on it. Have sirens flashing in the background as well when people are too slow.
It's almost like that. I mean, it's almost like that. Everything starts to blink and to warn you that you need to play. Okay, that's
All
it.
right.
So they finished the bidding, so now he moved to the next round. It's okay. Yeah.
Next round is in. Let's so actually I do see the team names. Let's take a look at
Yeah.
I was trying to find the team that's currently in first. Israel under 26. Let's take a look at one of their tables. So here they are sitting.
That's actually a team I'm following. They're a very good team, I have to say. I mean, they played a few national tournaments, and they always have very good scores against their counterparties in other countries. So,
yeah, I mean, I have been impressed with a lot of the junior teams. I do recall that Israel, I don't remember if they finished second or maybe in the top four of the most recent junior world championships. But they've always been a very strong country for bridge. So I'm not surprised that they have impressed you as well as many other players. But this time, their opponents for Team Coconut are the ones that are bidding out a couple of strong hands facing each other, although it's a bit of a misfit. 5-5 in the minors, facing 6-4 in the majors.
Yeah. 3 hearts. So they have like 11, 13. Well, can you play no trump in such a hand? No.
You could. I don't think they will end up doing so because East's hand is so strong in terms of a heart contract, but it might depend on whether West ends up correcting an eventual heart contract to no trump, which could easily happen. So let's quickly step through the auction for people. A heart, 2 diamonds, game force, 2 spades patterning out, 2 no trump, 3 hearts, showing 6-4 now, 4 clubs, should be a cubit in support of hearts. And East, oh my god. Sorry, I was not expecting West to pass 4 hearts here. West has an 18 count opposite partner's opening bid.
Yes, wow. And its partner opened? Who opened? East opened
East
1
opened.
heart. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that
So
that's
they
very
have
surprising.
at least 30 HCP together. So, yeah. I'm not sure how much they would make, but looks like.
Yeah, they and this is typical junior bridge fashion. South leads a low club from King Doubleton at Trick 1, which looks like an all right lead. It is more or less the unbid suit, given that East had showed hearts and spades and West had showed diamonds in the auction.
Yeah, so will they lose a 10 of hearts, I guess, and then a spade?
That is a great question,
and
isn't
club.
it?
And a club. So maybe they will just make four heart.
Well, a club's going to go away on the ace of diamonds. Declare can at least overtake the queen of diamonds with the ace and play the king of diamonds, pitching a club loser. They probably won't do that. They'll unblock the diamond queen, and then they're just going to have to decide whether to take a spade finesse or not. Okay, Declare pulls another trump with the queen of hearts. No harm in doing so.
Yeah.
But yeah, one question that Declarer is going to have to answer is how greedy do they want to be for over tricks here? Because you could just unblock the diamond queen now, play spade to the ace without taking the finesse, play the ace of diamonds, pitch a club, king of diamonds, pitch a spade. Okay, I would not recommend playing the jack of hearts, but because that just sets up North's 10.
Yes.
But I guess we'll see this queen of diamonds unblock. And now really the question does come down to, are we taking this spade finesse? Declarer says no. They saw South pitch a bunch of spades. So this was a good decision ultimately.
Yeah.
Now the king of diamonds comes. North can rough in and cash the spade king, but Declarer will still end up making 11 tricks.
Okay. Okay. Wait.
Four hearts making 5. I would be curious on this board to see how many pairs get to 6 hearts. And then on top of that, is anyone going to make 6 hearts?
Yeah. Okay. So.
But all right, let's stick with this table since we're still following the leaders. I mean, it looks like a pretty bad result, honestly, for the Israelis on this board, unfortunately, or the previous board, just because their opponents didn't get to the slam. So 2 passes go around to West, who opens a spade. North has a 16 count, gets to overcall a no trump, and West balances back in with 2 hearts. A little bit dangerous. I do understand the temptation when you're 5-5 with 2 really nice major suits, that you kind of want to bid both of them, but you're vulnerable against not. Your partner couldn't act over the opponent's no trump. They've overcalled a no trump on your left, showing a pretty good hand. I think this 2 heart bid could get East-West in a bit of trouble, but yeah, and East, in fact, maybe even making things worse, correcting things back to 2 spades. We'll see if North-South can actually take advantage. I don't even know if 2 spades is going to go down, but Declarer is definitely in danger of getting forced after, say, 3 rounds of clubs and then knocking out the spade king and then the defense switching to diamonds. I'm sure South was a little bit disappointed that they weren't able to do something over this action. 8 high card points opposite a strong no trump overcall from partner. South knows that it's their hand, but no shape. They just couldn't bid anything.
Okay.
So 2 rounds of clubs.
Rob, so if you can look at the defender suit break, what is the chance of spades splitting 3-3 like it is now? You see, you can see that it's a lucky break for West to have this 3-3.
Yeah, and it's still not going to be good enough because this contract may well still go down.
Yes.
But yeah, a 3-3 split a priori is about 36% of the time, as we can see here. And a 4-2 split would happen close to 50%, 48% of the time.
Yes. You know, one thing that is interesting, let's wait after this trick and then look again. You can see what's now the split of the remaining card. If you click on current,
Yep.
then then you see that now the chance of 2-2 has increased after one trick has already been played. So,
yeah, and this is a really nice feature of the BridgeChamp software. So to show off kind of the possible splits, obviously you can't do this when you're playing in a tournament yourself, but
yes.
we can show this off as the casters, so you can figure out what the odds are for suits to split well. But with all that said, it looks like Declarer is actually managing to do quite well on their own. They might salvage a couple of points on this board for getting out for down 1 if they do manage to play the hand as best they can from here. So North can pitch a minor suit on this trick, let their partner win the Jack of Hearts, and then a diamond will come back, forcing Declarer, and then Declarer is going to have just basically a high cross ref at that point to get out for down 1. I guess South can actually return a trump. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this, so Declarer does win the Queen of Spades in the dummy, but North-South have done quite well on defense. I wonder if Declarer actually had a way to get out for down 1 earlier in the play, or if this was the best they could manage. But really strong defense from North-South there to collect plus 200 against this contract, and I think that kind of highlights what I was talking about earlier, how dangerous it is to come in vulnerable when there's a strong no trump on your left.
Yep.
But let's check in on some of the other tables. This table finished a little bit early. We'll head over to this table where they're just getting underway. Oh boy. And
too hard double.
Yeah, we get to the same spot, but now all of a sudden South does come in to the action with a double of 2 hearts. So
but North took it as a takeout double.
Okay. Oh my. Well, yeah, that was not what South was hoping for with the 8 count. And so it looks like East-West got saved a little bit. I mean, was 2 hearts going down, actually? There's only 5 top losers that I can see, and with spades splitting well and hearts splitting well, 2 hearts may actually have been making if Declarer played the hand carefully, but...
So 2 no trump. Okay, they have 3 clubs, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, with the clubs splitting, there's going to be 4 club tricks. This opening heart lead is going to set up a heart trick for Declarer. And the Queen
3
of diamonds
diamonds
falling. Yeah, 3 more diamonds.
So they will make it, Okay.
Yeah, so plus 120, but we did see plus 200 in the other room, even if it was undoubled for the Israeli juniors. So quite a nice result for them over there. This isn't the same match, so we don't actually know the comparisons, but still feels like a good result on their end. So Declarer gonna run some clubs and eventually just play ace king of diamonds and cash the jack. Well, the clock's winding down. Plus 120 on this one is... We'll have to see where that compares with some of the other tables. But West is just going to be able to pitch all three of their spades, hold on to their hearts and the ace of spades, and take the last 5 tricks. So this will be the end of round 3. I'm going to take a quick look and pull up the results. Oh, and look at that. BridgeChamp has taken the lead by half a point in the scoring. NetBridge is in second, Merrill's in third, New Amateurs and the Israeli Juniors following them. Tofu and Driver Bridge making out the top 7 on the leaderboard. It looks like the director graciously added a minute or so to the playtime so that people can finish the boards, but now West can just face their hand and claim. So 2 no trump making 2. And are all of the tables done with play here? It looks like most of them are finished. We have another table that is in the midst of completing play. Looks like they are on their way to 3 no trump, going down 1 for north-south. It's interesting to note at this table that South elected to make a range asking bid over partner's no trump overcall with 2 spades, and North bid 3 clubs to show a maximum, which seems like an unusual evaluation on the North cards with no 5-card suit, no second spade stopper. King empty third is not a great stopper in the opponent's major. And it does look like East-West are going to be able to cash out and still defeat this contract by a trick. So 3-0 goes down 1. And we're on to the 4th round. No break for the players, no break for me. All right, let's check out our new leaders, which I think is still Team BridgeChamp. So let's see if I can find them. We'll try and follow the leaders a little bit. Oh, BridgeChamp against NetBridge is going to be an exciting matchup. So South opens a spade. Nice 18 count here from South. Pass by West. 1 spade could very well end the auction. Everyone's vulnerable. We see the graphic in the top left that everyone is vulnerable on this board. So I think it would be a little bit ill-conceived for East to balance back in with 2 diamonds. Or no trump, for that matter. But you can be a little bit greedy in some of these auctions. Now, North is thinking, I actually wonder, maybe North is going to raise to 2 spades in some fashion. A spade pass 2 spades, or a spade pass a no trump, whether it's forcing or semi-forcing. Eventually followed up with a 2 spade bid. this is where convention cards would help. East-West have a convention card posted, which is actually quite nice, but North-South do not. Aha! So North bid 2 diamonds, which was alerted as either Game Force with diamonds or 3-card spade support minimum responding values. He's even a little bit light for that for that bid, but South does get to 4 spades upon hearing that they have a fit. And how's this contract going to do? This may well make both spades and hearts come in. The spade suit splitting 3-2 is no surprise, but the jack of hearts falling in 3 rounds is a little bit more surprising. Couple that with the fact that the ace of clubs is onside. It's not a particularly good game contract to have wound up in, but it looks like it is going to come home. You know, when they talk about stretching for vulnerable games at teams, this is a little bit much, but sometimes it works out. There's really not much to the play here. There are a couple of careful things that Declare could try and do, such as possibly cashing 3 rounds of hearts now to test and see if the suit splits. I think before pulling a second round of trumps, that would have made a bit more sense. Oh, but actually, now that I'm seeing this, with the Jack 10 doubleton of spades falling, that 9 of spades grew up into an entry. Declare could have taken a better line of play in the club suit by utilizing both the King of Hearts entry and the 9 of spades entry to lead clubs towards the King 10. They could have run the 9 of clubs, picking off, say, honor third and East's hand. With the ace queen doubleton onside, it's not going to really matter much. So it does look like Declare was aware of the possibility of a 4-2 heart split and needing to trump the 4th round of hearts, which was good, but it's sometimes hard in these rush scenarios to find the perfect execution for when you need to duck a trick. How many trumps can you pull? When should you start playing on side suits? But Declare's line of play is going to work out just fine. 4 spades making 4. Let's check in on another table. Let's look at Team Merrill. I don't know if we've seen much of them. This table did go 1 spade all pass. So while they might have won in terms of getting to the better contract, since we saw that 4 spades requires an awful lot to go right for it to be making, they unfortunately do not win in the imps that are being exchanged on this one.
Rob, do you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
No echo?
There is still an echo, but it's we can sort this out offline.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm fine. I think there might be a little bit of an echo for the spectators, but hopefully it's okay.
I'll reduce the volume maybe now. Okay.
Oh, 1 spade only makes 2 at this table. So we didn't exactly follow the entire play, but only taking 8 tricks and spades feels like a little bit of an underperform for that North-South collection with all of the nice splits. On to the second board of the round, though. North picks up quite a nice hand, but West is going to open in front of them. So what is West going to open? It's a good 13 count. And I know that Zhang does like to open a no trump a lot of the time, even when he's a little bit light in high card points and off shape. Is he going to do that with this hand, or is he going to... is he just going to open the more normal 1 diamond? He goes with a diamond. So North has a lovely 20 count. And I don't really see what to do other than double, planning to bid spades next. I suppose you could double, planning to treat the hand as no trump with the diamond stopper, especially at this form of scoring. But South bids a heart in response to the takeout double. No surprise with the 5-card heart suit, so West is going to stay out of the auction now. No reason to continue competing. We can actually see that the player is a little bit distracted, maybe playing with his phone.
Maybe he's WhatsApping the other guy.
I don't think so.
No, yes. Pass. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, in fact, if anyone's familiar with the Edgar Association to combat cheating in bridge, Franco, the player sitting east, is one of the lead founders of that association. So, also a good friend of mine. Okay, so after the takeout double and South bids a heart, North can just comfortably bid a spade or a no trump, depending on how they feel about the border match form of scoring on the hand. I think either bid is honestly fine. But you don't need to do something like now jump to 2 spades, for example, or start Q-bidding the opponent's suit. You've already showed your extra values by doubling and bidding a new suit. So 1 spade, good bid. And this will probably end the auction. I suppose West could balance back in, but West does decide to let it go. I think smartly. Left-hand opponent has a big hand. You're probably just getting doubled all the time. Well, East on lead. Gotta lead a diamond. That is partner suit.
And so they will lose 2 diamonds, 1 club, no hearts, and spade, 1 spade, so 3.
Looks like 2 spades, because the 8 of spades is actually a valuable card. Now, it's possible they might only lose 1 spade if West switches to spades here. From West's perspective, West might be concerned that if their partner has the queen third of diamonds, they need to pull trumps. So West does switch to spades, and this is going to end up costing the defense a trick.
Right. Okay.
But a reasonable thing for West to do. Pretty natural to just pull dummy's trump when you see a shortness that can rough something. Yeah, now Declare can just finish pulling trumps and knock out the aces of both minor suits. Okay, let's head to a different room as the round is getting to a close. Which tables are still in play? Looks like this table's finished. How about this table? Are they in the midst of playing? No, this table is also finished. So lots of pairs ended up getting to a part score, it looks like, in one of the majors on this last board.
How did they make 3 spade plus 1? Wow.
That was hearts. That was hearts. Yeah, the heart fit was a lot better with ace, king, queen, jack, and an 8-card fit.
Okay, right.
But we can take a look at the standings once again. Now NetBridge is the one that has overtaken the lead. Lots of jumping around in the scoreboard here because of just the way that border match is scored. I mean, you can get 0 points in a round, or you can get, I think, 4 points in a round from just the border match portion. So, but NetBridge up at the top, Israel's junior team, Driver Bridge sitting in the top 3 spots, BridgeChamp in 4th currently.
Let's see how NetBridge did against BridgeChamp. Like you can go again to the results.
Yeah.
You could do results per round
so it was 6.5 to 1.5 is the victory that they had, and we can see that the scores right here on the very first board we saw NetBridge get to 4 spades at the table that we watched, which in the other room they got to 1 spade. So that ended up netting netting them quite a few points there for that one.
Okay.
And then a push on the last board. All right, we're into round 5. So maybe we'll check out NetBridge against Driver Bridge. No, that's New Amateurs against Driver Bridge. Where is NetBridge? We haven't seen them yet. They're playing up against the Magicians. And this is currently our tournament leader here, sitting east-west. So North opens a spade, 15 count. South bids a no trump. Looks like they're intending to show it as a 3-card limit raise in spades. I would not be tempted to come in on the West cards, and neither is this West. I think good decision given the vulnerability. 2 hearts by North. 4 hearts by South. Yeah, once South discovers the double fid in the majors, they're happy to take the push to game. And how's this contract going to end up doing? There are no trump losers. There's a diamond, a club, and a spade, but Declarer does have a little bit of work to do.
The spade suit would be interesting.
Yeah, very much so. The singleton king of spades and West's hand. The natural way to play the spade suit would be to take 2 finesses. So you would first lead the queen, effectively taking a finesse, even though you're missing the king and the jack. And then if it loses, you then play a spade to the 10 on the next round, which is going to work out just fine against this lie of the cards. But of course, if Declarer just plays a spade to the ace, that's going to work out quite well also. Yeah, first West has a decision at trick 1 because the 8 of diamonds doesn't look like it's from a doubleton. Otherwise, North would have, East-West would have a lot of clubs. So West does make a good choice at trick 1 to go up with the ace of diamonds. Yeah, but now West does switch to the club ace, hoping to cash out. So this will set up Declarer's extra club trick, meaning that Declarer is going to have quite a bit of flexibility in the rest of the play.
What was the idea behind playing the ace of club?
Because the king of diamonds was a winner in dummy, West was a little bit worried that North could be 5-5-1-2 in shape without the club king, and then they need to cash 2 clubs. So Declarer is going about pulling trumps, and then Declarer is going to have to work on the spade suit.
Yep.
So spade to the 10. This looks like, I mean, almost an equivalently good line of play to leading the queen of spades on the first round. Although I will note that in this exact instance, if they had led the queen of spades on the first round and the honors were switched, they would actually pin the singleton jack and take an extra trick that way. So, but four hearts making four looks like an excellent result to start the set here. Let's check in on a different room, though, and see if anyone else manages to make four hearts in a similar way. I'm going to pop into the Israeli junior room up against the Italy mixed team. Oh no.
Usually we lose a spade, yeah.
Oh no. Well, this has not gone great for Declarer's side. They, although, actually, West got themselves end played, so Declare can actually recover from here. Oh no, this isn't the right claim.
You know, it happened. I don't know. I've seen it many times of people just approve claims without even checking.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. I mean, I think Declare might not have seen that that they could pitch a spade and take a roughing finesse in spades, but they could have used that king of clubs, which was a winner at that point, to pitch their 10 of spades, which was a loser. And then because West had already showed out of spades, they could have used the 9-8 of spades to take a roughing finesse against the jack. But, you know, you play too quickly, claim too quickly. Sometimes these things happen. We are on to the next board, though.
Wow. What a spade suit.
I know. I was looking at that 8-card spade suit from North.
Yeah. So that would be with 9 ACP.
Yeah, 9 points, but more importantly, I think a passing partner, equal vulnerability, and your opponent's opened a heart, you just bid 4 spades, get in their face.
Yeah, now they need to think if to go to 5.
Yeah, that's a tough choice for East because...
He has 1 spade loser.
Yeah, he does bid 5 hearts. I mean, this looks like the most natural decision, but they do say that the 5 levels for the opponents. And we might see that here. The defense might need to be a bit careful, though. South doubles, doesn't think this is making. But what is North going to lead is an interesting question. Okay, North does get off to the Jack of Spades lead, which is probably the best lead possible for the defense. Unblock that singleton ace so South doesn't get end played later. And now what does South switch to? A trump is safe, but a club has a lot going for it to push clubs through Declare in case your partner is the one with some good club cards. So it looks to me like Declare can get out for down 1. After pulling trumps, they can strip the club suit as much as possible and then just duck a diamond. But it does look like this is going to go down at least a trick. And was 4 spades making? North-South had 2 clubs, a heart, a diamond, and a spade to lose. So 4 spades was not going to be making. Yeah, so Declare's line of play from here is just going to be pull the last trump.
He can still lose 2 diamonds.
Yeah, he's going to lose 2 diamonds.
Yeah. Ah, yes.
Yeah, and so couple that with the spade. They
Yeah,
took
so
a
it
trick
will be
1. It's
one
just going to
down.
be 1
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
So yeah, now cross-ref the black suits to strip those from both hands and duck a diamond, basically.
Yeah.
It looks like West probably has a count on North's hand anyway. He's counted out the 8 spades. He knows about the singleton heart. He now knows about the doubleton club. So he knows North started with 2 diamonds. It's going to be completely safe in this case to lead a diamond to the king, no matter where the honors are. And then when South plays back a diamond, to just put up the jack. Because even if North wins the queen doubleton, as they would here, North is going to be end played into leading spades for declare, giving a rough slough. So diamond to the king, or in this case, you could just duck a diamond. But now 10 of diamonds comes back, we put up the jack, and even though we have a diamond loser, North has to lead spades for us. So down 1, well played, but unfortunately might not be the result that East-West were hoping for on this one. The 4 spade preempt put a lot of pressure on.
Yes.
All right, let's check in on a different table that's still underway. We have team driver bridge.
Here's the preempt was only at the 3 level, so they can make 4 hearts easily. Yeah.
Yeah, and so now East-West do get to 4 hearts, and taking a very similar line of play, I imagine. Declare is going to end up making 4.
Interesting lead in the Trump lead.
Yeah, they've only got a minute to play this hand, so West needs to do his thinking pretty quickly on this one. But it does seem like a pretty similar line of play can be adopted. Just cross-ref the black suits. You do end up getting a count on North's shape, and so you can more or less claim 10 tricks and 4 hearts. Yeah, so South is in with the ace of spades and can push a club through, and we'll see something similar to what happened at the other table. Jack of clubs covered by the queen, win the ace, unblock the club king, cross-ref the black suits, and lead a diamond to the king. "10 seconds left on the clock."
Yeah. I guess we'll never know how they will play the diamond suit.
Yeah, probably not. It's we're getting kicked out, but
yeah,
I know for a lot of these players, it's going to be their first time on this platform, and I think that the round times are relatively fast compared to many of the other tournaments, like 6 minutes aboard.
6 minutes. Yeah.
But yeah, let's check back in with the BridgeChamp guys. They're playing up against Team Merrill. So Madala and Rave sitting north-south. Oh, and I didn't realize, I guess this is Christian Lehrman from Denmark. I hope I got the country right. But he's a young player that has been making waves in a lot of junior events recently, as well as I think he played in the national team, maybe in the most recent European Championships.
Okay.
So very strong up-and-coming player for sure.
Okay. 2 hearts. East with.
Yeah, East has this 12 count opposite partner's opening bid.
Yeah.
It's balanced, but he does have good trumps. He does decide to offer 3 no trump as a choice of game contracts. And West, with very poor trumps, decides to accept.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what to say. This guy's a magician. Madala just finds the club lead. How does he know that his partner has clubs over there? I think his reasoning is maybe that the 9-8 third of clubs is less likely to give up a trick than the 10-8 third of diamonds. I would need to know a little bit more about the 1 club opening bid. I know it got alerted, but
If you click the alert, it doesn't tell you what the alert was?
yeah, it's just going to be 2+ club. I mean, I don't know
2+,
exactly
okay.
what sort of system they're playing, but
okay.
but yeah. So I mean, it's true that South has kind of a guess as to which minor suit to lead on an auction like this, but he guessed correctly, which is really cool to see. Yeah, so now he gets to play a 3rd club. Declares clubs have been knocked out.
And now if he can get one of the diamonds, he will take the last 2 clubs. Well,
Yeah, and North does have that diamond entry.
yeah.
Okay, but the hand's not over. Because North's diamond entry isn't coming all that quickly.
Yeah.
So Declare does just decide to try kind of a practical approach, spade to the ace, spade up to the queen.
Now if Madala can lead, Madala will lead a diamond probably. Yeah,
he got his partner's diamond signal, that 2 of diamonds upside down attitude, encouraging for the diamond switch.
Now, would you play how does he know to play the jack or small?
The jack's a great play. It might look to a lot of players pretty natural, especially looking at that queen of diamonds in dummy, that you should just let the 10 of diamonds run around to the ace. But you don't want the 10 of diamonds to win the trick, because Declare might be clever and duck that 10 of diamonds. So he does go up with the jack, and now yeah, North has gotten in, eventually does have to give Declare the last trick with the queen of diamonds, but I think it was good defense by North to play the jack. I mean, beating a game contract 3 tricks has to be good enough, especially when it's not doubled. So nice defense from North-South here. And I think just a little bit of bad luck for East-West to get to 3 no trump as opposed to 4 hearts. They both made reasonable decisions in the auction, but got to the wrong spot. It's not like 4 hearts was going to be a picnic either. All right, we'll stick with this table, though. They have another possible 4 heart contract on in the cards.
Okay. Here. Okay.
So actually interesting. We see now East-West system a little bit more in play. For diamond is a 4-card suit. So they aren't just opening a club with all balanced hands, as is relatively popular. They're only opening a club probably when they're 4-4-3-2 exactly in shape.
And what is this 2 diamond bid?
2 diamonds is going to be an artificial game force. So this is like the 2-way check back stamen.
Okay.
And so West with 2 spades bids their 4-card suit first. Now 3 hearts shows a game forcing hand with hearts, and West can raise to 4 hearts. Or West could cube it along the way. 4 clubs. They have quite a strong hand, in fact, with some controls, but East is not interested in slam. Oh, East is interested in slam.
So 4 diamonds shows a singleton diamond?
Yeah, it's a first or second round control in diamonds. But, man, opposite a weak no trump with only 12 high card points, that feels like a very ambitious thing to do, especially when your singleton is in partner suit. I mean, just imagine this hand in slam. If you flip the diamonds and spades on East's hand, then you have a singleton spade opposite your partner's queen 4th. That's not so bad. And you have 10-3 of diamonds opposite partner's ace king jack 4th. Well, you're on a diamond finesse and the heart suit coming home. It's not the worst slam. But here, slam would be pretty poor.
It's always easy when you have the cards open, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think East has gotten themselves in trouble here because West happy to cooperate with a slam try. I mean, we have to remember
5 diamond is like natural.
Five diamonds is still a cubid. So West has already cubid the ace of clubs, and now they're cubiding the ace of diamonds. This isn't what East wants to hear, but they're already too high. I think South is going to immediately find the king of spades lead. So this will go down pretty quickly, and it might go down 2. I mean, South might have found the king of spades lead against 4 hearts anyway. Ooh, he leads a club, though.
Wow.
And now, I mean, not only is Declare making this, but Declare is probably going to make 12 tricks. The hearts come home, and Declare is not going to risk a diamond finesse, but they will try and rough out the diamond queen, and it does come down. So South decided to go a little bit passive with his opening lead, trying a club, and that does end up costing him here. I was kind of thinking that South might try the king of spades because West has lacked a spade cubid. But
yes. To find the ace with
this.
So the good chance, yes.
Right. So that was kind of what I was thinking, but maybe Madala was thinking even like one step further, which is that because West had denied spade cubids, maybe he thought East probably had the ace of spades, and that's why he didn't lead the spade king at trick 1. But 5 hearts making 6. Looks like a good result for East-West in this room, and they finish well ahead of time. Kudos to them. We have seen quite a few players be relatively slow, so I'm happy to see that some are following the pace of play. Let's check in on a different table as they start up this board. West opens a no trump in this room, 12-14, the weak no trump. East bids 4 diamonds, a transfer to hearts. And this is going to be a pretty hard contract to defeat from the West side. This is why transfers are so popular. When you get the strong hand declaring, it's really difficult to find a low spade lead from the ace-jack 4th. But in theory, you could go king of spades, spade to the jack, ace of spades, and then a 4th round of spades would promote the queen of hearts for a 4th defensive trick. So I kind of think North is just going to lead a diamond at trick 1. We might see a club lead, but realistically a low spade is not not really in the cards. Okay, North decides to try a trump, which sometimes this can be effective against these 4-level transfer auctions. If Declare happens to have a doubleton, you might be able to stop them from roughing something. But here it's gonna... There's really just not much to the play. Declare is gonna cash 2 top trumps. The queen falls. Declare is then going to play ace king diamonds and rough a diamond. The queen falls, and then Declare is going to be able to cross back to the club ace to take another spade discard on the jack of diamonds. So once again, another 480 being scored on this one.
Oh, switch to diamonds.
Yeah, that's a bit of a strange play at trick 2. No real reason to delay pulling trumps.
Maybe you want to finesse the queen of hearts.
That would be a pretty big play, considering, you know, North would never really lead a heart away from the queen.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Declare has taken a spade discard first. Now a club. It's starting to look like Declare is trying to get a bit of a better count on the hand, to decide if it makes sense to finesse the queen of hearts. But but yeah, if now we pull a trump, now we pull a trump, but now we've lost access to that jack of diamonds. There's no way to rough out the diamond queen and get back over there. So while the trumps come home and Declare can rough that club loser, this is only going to be 11 tricks from here. No way to get rid of those 2 spade losers. So a little bit unfortunate for Declare that the queen of diamonds does happen to fall. But this could have been handled a little bit better. All right, let's jump back out, see if there are any other tables that are still in play a little bit. Nope. 4 hearts made 6 in this room.
You can click here on the delayed or no, but you can see 13 finished.
Yeah, it looks like we're towards the end of the round. I think most of the tables have finished, but yeah, that's good to know. I will check the delayed tab.
Yes, but really the delayed is tables that are really like halting for 30 seconds. It's not like we kind of don't have like a not finished
Gotcha.
button.
Yeah. Well, currently at the top of the leaderboard is Israel's juniors. We saw this coming earlier.
Okay.
New amateurs up in second, Driver Bridge in third, and BridgeChamp sitting back in fourth place as we move down the rest of the leaderboard.
Really tight at the top.
Yeah. So let's try and follow maybe the Israeli juniors against the Argentinian juniors. I know I've been covering these guys a lot, so tell me if I'm showing off the junior players too much, but they're fun to watch.
No, it's okay. It's fun. Two hearts.
North opens 2 hearts in first seat, week 2, and East has quite a nice hand, can overcall 2 spades. Everyone's vulnerable. Ooh, okay. Wouldn't be everyone's choice, but sometimes it's okay to make takeout doubles when you have a 5-card major facing a large preempt. If you're short in the opponent's suit, even if you find a 5-3 fit, your hand might get forced at trick 1 or trick 2, and then if the trumps split badly, it could be a disaster for you. So sometimes it's better to go in search of a 9-card major suit fit. This hand doesn't look like that to me from the east side, but that's an alternative to the 2-spade overcall. The thing I like about the 2-spade overcall is that our plan would have been to overcall 2 spades, and when 3 hearts comes back to us, then we reopen with a takeout double. And now partner knows we have 5 spades and support for the other suits. Whereas here, partner doesn't know we have a 5-card spade suit. But this is going to work out fine for East-West, given that they have a club fit.
Okay, so the second double is kind of a big double, or I would say, okay,
Yeah,
going to and why going to 5 club, not 4 club, and let the partner decide?
Well, so West has a pretty nice hand with 11 high card points. They've showed nothing so far in the auction.
Yes.
I mean, like personally, I think maybe West could have even bid over 3 hearts, bid 4 clubs directly over the first takeout double.
Yes.
But yeah, now West decides to finally show some values with 5 clubs. It is a game.
And it looks like a good decision. Yeah.
I mean, it might not be a good enough decision given that 6 clubs feels absolutely cold. But
yes.
But yeah, at least they do make it to a game on this hand. Preemption can work out, and I think we're seeing that here, that both East and West were a little bit nervous about bidding their own suit on the first round of the auction, and so while they do get to a game contract, they could have been searching for more.
Okay, interesting how it looks on other tables. I mean, this can go different ways.
Yeah, we can see. Let's take a look at the Harris team up against Green. So 2 hearts, same opening bid, same takeout double made by East.
3 clubs, 3 spades.
Yeah, but now
4
South
spades.
passes. And so this, oh my, East has showed a power double with spades. Well, that hand is not good enough for that action. But they do end up making it to 4 spades. And I wonder if they're going to get punished for this. Well, South does double for penalty. This is...
Oh, wow. Double, wow. They only have 1 spade loser, and only 1 heart loser, and spade, I don't know. They will lose two spades. They will lose two spades and a heart, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, for one thing, South isn't convinced that there's any way to beat this contract, so the double seems a little bit frisky to me, even at an imp form of scoring, but especially at board a match. I would be very nervous about doubling 4 spades with a hand like this, because if I don't double, Declare might not know that spades are 5-0 and might go down on their own power. Whereas if I do double, now Declare knows what's going on in the spade suit, and so they'll be prepared. Yeah, it doesn't look like the defense can actually beat this if Declare plays the hand carefully. Because I think South is eventually, well, South could, if Declare plays the hand well, get end played into leading diamonds away from the Queen 9. And with the King 10-8 of diamonds in the West hand, that will pick up the diamond suit for Declare, giving them 3 diamond tricks at the end of play. So to do that, I mean, all Declare needs to do is play a spade to the Queen here. Doesn't matter if South splits their honors. Ruff the final heart, stripping South's heart. Pull 2 more rounds of trumps, and then just start playing clubs. South is going to have to ruff in, and then they'll be forced to lead a diamond at some point. So Well,
but even if they lead a small diamond, the jack, they can still play the jack from north.
yeah, but so if it goes 3 of diamonds, 8, jack, ace, now there's a finesse
Yes.
against the queen. And
Okay.
if South leads the queen of diamonds back, Declare can win the king and then continue playing clubs, forcing South to ruff again, who will then have to lead a diamond away from the 9. So it's a rather complex hand in terms of like the actual play of the cards, but there are ways for Declare to make 4 spades here. And I think Declare should be relatively aware of the distribution of the cards given the auction, the 2 heart opening bids. So Declare should know that South has 1 more heart.
And the double.
And the double, South should know about the 5-0 or 5-1 spade split. And South does now know about the 5-1 spade split, given that North showed out on the second round of the suit. So the important thing to do, though, is to make sure that we extract that last heart from South before we before doing anything else. So, for example, if we play a club to the ace right now and then ruff the jack of hearts, that would be good.
But it can't be sure that South has hearts, because North could be with 7 hearts.
Well, not for a 2-level preempt, usually. It's possible, but North has turned up with both the ace and king of hearts. So ace king to 7 hearts.
So he would have opened 3 hearts if you had 7.
Yeah, you would expect so. All right, a club over to the ace, and will Declare ruff the jack of hearts, or is Declare going to just continue playing clubs at this point? Declare does ruff the jack of hearts. I really like this play. I think Declare is on their way to making this contract. Now we cash the king of spades because we want to end play South. We don't want to get end played ourselves. And then just start playing clubs. South can ruff in whenever they want. And as long as Declare guesses what to do in the diamond suit, Declare will end up making it. I'm glad we checked in on this table, because
yes, but it seems that Susanna has some problem, technical problem. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw the webcam turn off, and it looked like they might have been a little bit distracted while playing. So I'm excited to see the conclusion of the board, but I mean, this is...
Yeah, that's a problem when you play with humans. It's much nicer to play with bots.
You don't have to wait on them to reply to emails. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here she is. Okay.
All right, now the king of spades. We got to make sure to pitch a club, not a diamond, on this. Is this still okay? Now I'm thinking about it. This is probably still okay.
Okay, now he's going to ruff. How many? He can afford to lose. He cannot afford to lose any diamonds.
Right.
So.
Yeah, this is still fine. Yeah, this is still fine. Okay, this line of play is actually perfect. I don't know what I was thinking earlier. I mean, you could have done it my way, but this way is also quite good.
Okay.
Yeah, so South can just ruff this, and Declare is going to need to make sure that they win the ace of diamonds, not the king, when South exits a diamond. But
and then finesse. No, but wait. Okay, the jack of diamonds. How do you deal with a jack of diamonds?
Oh, you don't, because all you do is eventually just keep playing clubs, and the king of diamonds is an entry to all of the winning clubs in West's hand.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So South decides to just not prolong the misery anymore, cash the jack of spades, and now Declare can claim the rest. So,
yes.
Yeah, a pretty dangerous double from South. May well have gotten relatively punished when Declare finds this nice line of play to make 10 tricks. So well done by East.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but now let's actually try and check in on some of the other tables. Let's see if this table is still underway. They are. We unfortunately didn't get to see much of the last board here.
It's a second one, yeah. But you can look at the here on the right. You can click on this one. Yes, no. This, yeah. This should show you how they played. You can look how they played the previous round. You see, they made five club plus one, right?
Yeah.
You see on the left.
Board 13. Yeah, so
yes.
Actually quite a few pairs got to 4 spades, in fact. And we'll note that only one table was doubled in 4 spades, which from an imp perspective would not be such a disaster, but from this Patton form of scoring, the board match of that doubling in 4 spades was a huge loss for that team.
3 heart, redoubles.
That something went wrong there.
Yeah, why redouble? I mean, everything is okay except the wait.
I mean, East intended 3 hearts as takeout. There was a multi-auction. So 2 diamonds was a weak 2 and a major. 2 hearts was pass or correct. 3 clubs by West. And because North hadn't been able to pass or correct, West thought 3 hearts was natural showing hearts. And therefore, they got in trouble that way. Yeah. All right, let's try and check back in as this round concludes. There's one table that is delayed. Looks like the BridgeChamp team here.
To finish, so they're playing 3 hearts.
3 hearts doubled, and it looks like Declare is going to make the rest of the tricks. They can ruff a spade in the south hand, ruff either minor suit back to the north hand, and then pull the last 2 trumps and cash the spade king. So 3 hearts doubled making is going to be an excellent result for north-south. I don't know what happened at the other table in this match.
Yeah,
but...
we haven't looked at this board at all. So.
No, but yeah, now Declare can just pull trumps. So I wonder where everything went wrong for East-West on this deal. But allowing the opponents to make a doubled part score is not great either at imps or at the border match scoring.
Okay, so
let's take a look at the results on that previous board. So this was the full deal, and we can kind of see that par is 3 spades doubled East-West going down 1. So 3 hearts was always making. There was nothing East-West could do in the play to defeat that contract once they got there. But a couple of tables ended up playing spade part scores East-West. One table ended up getting doubled in 3 spades. But we are on to the next round. We got 2 rounds to go. And who are our current leaders? The under-26 Israel team is up in first. BridgeChamp is in second. New Amateurs in third. Tofu sitting in fourth. And there's quite a large gap between fourth and fifth on the leaderboard. So let's follow. Oh, this is going to be the marquee matchup here. The under-26 versus BridgeChamp. Let's check in on Mono and DeFranco sitting east-west here. Pass by South. West opens a spade. North passes. That is a strong hand for East. 4 no trump. Well, that's one way to ask for key cards.
But East, so West should say 5 heart.
Yeah, 5 hearts, 2 key cards, no queen of trumps. And East is going to bid the slam.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to find the right number of key cards. I mean, his hope is that his partner only has a doubleton club, or that his partner has the club queen.
So the club queen will be the problem here.
Yeah, although they might end up making this because so North is going to be on lead. If North doesn't lead a trump, then it is possible for a declarer to strip out all of the red suits and then exit a spade. And South, having to win the singleton ace of spades, is going to be end played into leading a club or giving a rough slough. So we'll have to see if declarer elects to choose that line of play. There doesn't seem to be a lot of risk to me unless North leads a club at trick 1, which might be a singleton. So yeah, diamond opening lead, and I think he doesn't go for it. Also, why do I feel like cards are jumping all over the place? There's a little bit of glitching on my end, software-wise. Let me
really? Can you close? You see on the right, on the bottom right, you still have the mini board. Try to close it.
Oh,
was
that's probably my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I had that open.
No, it's not your fault. We have some sequence of click linked to this. It's
Gotcha.
I think the guys left the table now.
Well, so declarer could have, I'll just kind of quickly talk again through the line of play that he could have chosen, which doesn't seem that risky to me, and would have paid huge dividends on this lie of the cards, is he could have won the opening diamond lead, roughed a diamond, even with a high trump, played a heart to the ace, roughed another diamond with a high trump, cashed the king of hearts, and then exited a spade. And he would always be able to fall back on taking a club finesse later. There would have been no danger in doing that later in the play. He has plenty of trumps, plenty of transportation to get back to the west hand. But instead, he doesn't strip the hand before South gets in with the stiff ace of spades. And
now we lost.
Yeah, now he takes the club finesse, which loses. I think he's going to be pretty upset upon seeing the hand record afterwards, that he could have made this thing. But we'll stick with this match because these are our 2 tournament leaders currently. Team BridgeChamp and Team Israel under 26. Assuming they get the next board put up quickly.
No, it looks like they took a break. If I understood. No.
No, we're right back in.
Okay.
So West has a 16 count. He gets to open a strong no trump. East will transfer to hearts, and I guess depending on the range of their no trump opening bid, East might invite. So we'll see what the high card count is for a no trump if they do announce it. Otherwise, it might just be 15 to 17. mean, it looks like North-South are going to need to be pretty careful if they want to defeat 3 no trump as an eventual contract. Declare will be able to score 4 hearts, 4 spades, and the ace of clubs on their own power. Interesting. So East actually decides to go through Stamen rather than showing their 5-card heart suit. A little bit of a surprising decision, given that they have the small doubleton diamond, but either way, they would have reached the natural 3 no trump contract. Diamond to the queen at trick 1. Excellent play from South. I guess it's good. I can't get into reasons why, but this is a really strong play that I think a lot of people aren't aware of. But yeah, South just playing 3 rounds of diamonds, and now Declare is in control. Declare has pitched all the clubs, now can go ace of hearts, jack of hearts, eventually using the 2 spade entries to the east hand to knock out the heart king and cash the long hearts. Declare does not need to take a club finesse, so 3 no trump is going to come home. It's tough defense for South to find the club switch at trick 2 or trick 3. Maybe it's doable, but that's difficult. I mean, the queen of diamonds at trick 1 holding makes you relatively confident that your partner has the king of diamonds, which more or less means there's no reason for South to continue playing diamonds from his side. But yeah, it's still difficult to not just try and cash your diamond tricks immediately. Obviously, South was a little bit worried about switching to clubs and Declare just running the club and spade suits, for example, against him. 3 no trump, making 3 though. With 5 minutes to spare in the round, these guys play fast. Let's try and check in on the other room in this matchup because, well, we get the exact same defense, it looks like.
Yes. Looks the same, yeah.
Yeah, so a 4th round of diamonds gets played. I don't know why Declare pitched a heart, but it doesn't matter.
Well, what did they do on the first board? Did they make the 6 no trump?
Yeah, let's see. How do I find...
You can look
info?
from here, yes.
They got to 6 spades, and they also went down
minus
1. Yep.
Went down 1.
Yeah, the opening lead was a diamond once again, and no one found the small...
Yeah. And the double dummy also says that it's 11.
Well, it's 11 tricks if North leads a spade at trick 1. So we could... Where is the double dummy button here, just to show that off?
Show analysis here at the checkbox. You see there are 4 checkboxes.
Show analysis, there we go. Yeah, so any lead other than a spade at trick 1 allows Declare to make 12 tricks on this end play.
Yes. But only if you know how to do this end play, which is really difficult, I guess.
I guess, you don't really think about it. And if you're playing in these rush time constraints, I can understand that that people wouldn't really be thinking about this sort of thing when they're playing. But yeah, if they had an extra minute or 2 minutes, they would find this extra chance because there's really no cost. It doesn't hurt to just rough out the red suits and then pull trumps. No danger. But 3 no trump making 3 on this last board. Looks like we're going to see a lot of that. The diamond opening lead is pretty natural from North, but then there's just the challenge of finding a club switch from South. Let's check in on new amateurs. I think they were sitting in 3rd place going into this round.
Yeah, against
and it's
Trump, same. It's the same.
It's all the exact same. I mean, maybe a little bit of a different auction to get there, but they get to the same contract and everyone's just playing 4 rounds of diamonds. So we'll probably see a lot of that.
People always complain about the BridgeChamp bot that it doesn't follow suit on on a no trump. And here is an example where you shouldn't follow suit.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
I am.
So,
Yep, everyone's just making 3 no trump on this one. So is this just going to be flat across the board? So far, every single pair has been in 3 no trump, making 3.
no defender found the club lead. Yeah.
No,
So
it's
club
really
returned.
tough. You know, you're just conditioned to return partner suit, right? That's what we're taught.
Yes,
And
yes.
so it's really difficult.
It's kind of automatic to continue the suit. Yes.
Exactly. All right, looks like we might have one more table in play.
3 no trump. Yeah.
Oh.
That's different, right?
Yeah, something different has happened. So the opening lead was a club away from the king third. And then Declare played a spade over to take a heart finesse.
Okay. Which doesn't work.
No, but it
And
might
they
for
will
now.
lose 3 diamonds.
Yeah, because if North ducks the heart trick here, then... Okay, North didn't duck the heart trick, but Declare doesn't have entries to set up the hearts anymore if North ducked that trick.
Okay.
Yeah, but now the hearts are set up, and Declare does get to preserve that ace of spades entry, win the king, unblock the hearts, cross in spades, and eventually will take... At this point, it's going to be 10 tricks, so it's not flat anymore. That opening club lead away from the king did give up a club trick. Yeah, I wonder what the auction was that caused North to lead clubs. I don't know. 2 diamonds was just a transfer to hearts. It didn't show a diamond suit.
Right.
Well, they tell us to return partner suit, and they tell us to lead 4th best from your longest and strongest. And diamond lead would have worked out better here.
Yes. So, they will get top for this board.
Yeah. Yeah, good result for East-West here. And the round is about to come to a close. Oh.
And that's it.
Yeah, one more round to go? Or is...
Last round.
Yeah, last round.
Okay.
So let's just take a quick look at the scoreboard before we get in. Israel under 26, still in first. BridgeChamp trailing by 1. Tofu is up there in third, followed by Driver Bridge and New Amateurs in 4th and 5th. But let's take a look at... Let's take a look at Israel under 26. I mean, they've been leading, so I'm just going to follow the leaders.
Okay.
North opens a no trump. That is a horrible 13 count. 10 to 13. Oh, they have a maximum too. This is...
North is 1 of Trump is 10 to 13.
Yeah. So pass by East. South has 12, which I think is going to be invitational opposite this opening range. South goes through Stamen, is going to be disappointed. But South will bid 2-0, and North will happily accept with the 13.
Yes. East has something to say. No? Pass. Is it like, I don't know, maybe it's a hint which suit to lead?
Yeah, I would like a hint about what to lead against 3-0 on 8th hand. I mean, any of the 4 suits could be right. But
if I'm waiting between 40 and 50 seconds and lead diamond, or yeah,
All right. Finally, East passes, so South can bid 2-0, invitational, and I mean, I would be very tempted to just pass with the North hand, but I think North is going to bid 3-0 because they have 13.
Yes.
It is
Because they are under 26. They haven't seen enough.
Well,
Yeah.
and how's this going to go for North South? It looks like it's probably going to be okay.
4 clubs, 3 hearts, and what
2
else?
diamonds. They'll eventually just knock out the ace and king. And by the way, both the ace and king of spades are sitting in front of the queen. So Declarer can only lose 4 tricks, no matter what the defense does. And spades are 3-3. I mean, this is once again one of these horrible, awful games you don't want to get to, but it does happen to come home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so really nothing to the play here. Wins the Jack of Hearts. Is going to play a diamond, kind of feigning a finesse. Diamond to the 10.
Yeah. Trying to create the diamond tricks. Yeah.
Yeah, and East just gets in and does Declarer's work for them, returning a diamond, but there really wasn't anything better East could have done. So, up with the diamond queen. Which holds the trick. Now another diamond. I mean, a last-ditch effort from West might be to win this and try the 10 of spades, but I don't think that's a very human play. West is just going to cash high spades.
Yeah.
So this will be 3-0, making 3. Good start for the Israeli guys on this one, although it's possible that every table gets to the same contract and has similar defense. All right, let's check in on a different room, see if anyone else is doing something differently on that first board. We'll check in on the... Oh, well, this looks like an exciting auction to walk into.
What's that?
Oh, boy. So we got a spade opening bid from East, a really ill-fated 2-heart overcall from South. You really don't want to be doing this when you're vulnerable, not without a 6-card suit and not without a better hand. And South walked into a little bit of a chainsaw, pass, reopening double from East, pass, and North, knowing the types of hands that their partner overcalls with, decides to try and rescue into 3 clubs, which did get doubled, but West has now run to 4 spades. Interesting decision from West there. They didn't have a ton of defense against anything other than hearts, but their partner suggested that they had a penalty of clubs available. So how's 4 spades going to do?
Not bad. Try the double dummy. Let's.
Yeah. All right, I'll get my prediction in. I think.
Okay, and then let's see.
And then we'll verify. I think 11 tricks is the right number, which is verified here by if Declarer just wins the heart ace. But how does Declarer get to 11 tricks? I think Declarer needs to be pretty precise in how they go about playing the hand. So I think it's actually relatively important to work on diamonds early in the play. And that's for the simple reason that if you're planning to try and cross-ref a bunch of tricks, you want to cash your outside winners first. Well, we don't have diamond winners yet, but we can set them up. We can knock out that ace of diamonds and then cash a couple of diamond tricks before we go about roughing hearts and clubs. If instead Declarer just starts cross-roughing hearts and clubs, which it looks like they might be doing right now, North can end up discarding diamonds on the hearts And then eventually
ruffing.
North will be able to ruff a diamond.
Yeah, but you don't know that the diamonds are split 4-3.
You don't know that they're 4-3. Although there is a pretty good chance of it. Like, we could even take a look at our current suit combinations. There's a 70% chance that the remaining diamonds are split 3-2, which is a reasonable enough shot, especially at this board to match form of scoring, to just go after trying to cash a couple of diamonds. Ooh.
And
Okay. Well, now South better rough this trick, otherwise that Queen of Spades is going to fall, and South does. But now Declare's in firm control, can just pull all of the trumps. All of their trumps are high.
Yeah.
So 4 spades making 11 tricks. Not sure how that result's going to be for East-West, but let's check in on some of the other tables and see if they're doing things a little bit differently. 4 spades made 5 in this room. Let's check in on the BridgeChamp team on the same board. 4 spades making 5, but we don't see any other 2 heart overcalls from South. We did get a 1 heart overcall.
Yeah.
Let's check in on this table. They're just starting play.
They're just starting. Okay.
So 1 spade, South does not make this ill-fated 2 heart overcall. Good decision here. 1 no trump from West decides that their hand just isn't quite good enough for a 2 spade constructive raise. I'm not really sure why.
Why not 2 hearts? Why not?
2 hearts would be 2/1 game forcing for most of these guys. So you can't do that, but I think a popular choice would be 2 spades on the West hand. Just show the fit immediately.
Yeah. Okay. So probably clubs.
Yep, 2 clubs by East. Just
And now we
patterning
will
out.
go back. Now we will go back to 2 spades.
Right. Yeah, and then it's going
Or
to be
maybe show the hearts, but
you could. It's a little bit dangerous. You know, you have a oh boy.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Well, someone showed hearts, but
someone wants to get a double and fall like 5.
yeah, and I think this is going to get.
No.
We didn't double 2 hearts? No! Come back! Wait. Oh, West was so nervous that they hadn't showed spades on the first round of the auction. They bid them now, but there was a better option. The opponents were vulnerable. Oh, boy. Oh, yikes. And yeah, this really...
now they will stop at 2 spades. Oh.
Yeah, this really cost East-West here. I mean, they had the opportunity for an enormous penalty. And I was watching South's webcam. South gave a little bit of a nod. A little bit surprised about that 6-card heart suit coming down in dummy.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, Declare is not going to have any trouble making 2 spades. Let's head out to a different room. See if anyone's still playing this hand. Looks like we jump into the middle of play. 4 spade contract.
4 spade. Yeah. No surprises, I guess. Yeah. 4 club.
Yeah, and it looks like Declare has done something similar to what we saw in the other room, which was try and rough all of the clubs in the West hand. And now Declare is just going to lose the diamond ace.
Yeah.
Interesting end position, in fact, for Declare. He can't afford to pull trumps because then North he'll be out of trumps. So he's going to have to rough this and knock out the ace of diamonds first. And then, in fact, the 7 of spades is a high trump. So, North didn't even save the club king. But yeah, he can knock out the ace of diamonds, and then he'll basically just have a high cross rough available. So 4 spades making 5, same as we've seen at many of the other tables. relatively flat board, this one. They can't all be exciting. All right, just a few tables left in play, and getting down to the last couple of plays. Oh, four spades made 12 tricks in this room.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I am actually tempted. Oh, can I?
You can go back there, or is it just the table just closed, so you need to go to the results here?
I'm gonna try and get to the last board just to see how 12 tricks were made at one table. One table got doubled in four spades, but 12 tricks. The opening lead, the King of Hearts. Declare led the Jack of Diamonds immediately. I think this is a great play. Ace of Clubs, Club Ruff, Diamond over, Club Ruff, Heart Ruff, and then a club. And South made the mistake, it looks like, of not roughing this trick with the Queen of Spades.
Roughing, and then he lost the Queen of Spades.
Yeah, and so now Declare was able to ruff a heart back to hand and drop the Queen Doubleton of Spades. And their hand was high after pulling trumps. So slight error in the play, but let's take a look at the tournament results. Israel, under 26,
wow.
barely getting the win over Team BridgeChamp. Tofu
Nice.
also
Tofu,
tied for second place down there. And in an honorable mention, fourth place New Amateurs comes in. Argentine, under 31, was in fifth. So.
Wow. Nice for Israel.
Yeah,
So
great result for
amazing.
them. Really strong field, so it's always impressive to finish at the top of these standings. But
Let's see. Just to be sure, close this and go. You see on to the left of the results, there is like a card icon. If you go from the at the top.
Here.
Yes, yeah. Here you can see if there are still score adjustment pending. See, like.
No adjustments pending.
No, so that means that it's all over. That this is the final results.
Yeah.
You can see which boards were adjusted if you like. So.
Gotcha. But yeah, really strong showing for the Israel under 26 team. They're going to be very happy with that. Nice showing.
Click on the Israeli. Yes, click on the Israeli 26. Let's see their matches. So.
Yeah, so they faced off against Green. They started off strong, scoring 6.5 out of 8, getting a couple of 6-point rounds there. In fact, they never lost a match.
They
had
never lost a match.
Ties. Up against BridgeChamp this last round, up against the Magicians, up against New Amateurs. These were some of the teams that we saw also towards the top of the standings, so that makes sense. But they really shined in some of these other matchups, scoring 6.5 in that first round. We can see exactly how they did it. They made an over trick on the first board, which earns them a nice BAM result. And then they also made an over trick on the second board. So it's not so much about just outbidding the competition. They played the same exact contracts at both tables, but they just did a trick better. So very well done to them. Well, that's going to wrap up the coverage today. So thank you, Lior. This was a lot of fun.
Rob. It was a pleasure. Yeah. Let's do it again sometime.
Sounds good. Well, next time that the event takes place, I think it's going to be maybe a month or so, but I will try and put it out on my calendar and make sure that we get the news out to everyone else to come tune in and enjoy the stream and coverage of the event. But that's going to be it for us today. So thanks again for stopping by and watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Me too.